Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a video to show you how to change the motor in the Mn99s, this truck right here. So this has been in most of the videos except one, and obviously we've got a new truck over here which is going to be in some future videos. So this video is a bit different compared to some of the other videos because I haven't had my face in it or a voice. Yeah, I thought there's not many videos out there, and I really just want to show you guys because I blew a motor. I was going up a hill. I don't think it's really designed for a vertical hill now enough. And yeah, just the motor just went, and I also snapped. I think it was a drive shaft. So that's all part of the motor. I'm just gonna show you guys, and yeah, thanks for all the support on these like couple of videos. We're already getting 7 subs. Like yeah, that's already good. So keep me up with the views, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll set you guys up and we'll get straight into it. See you then. Right, so guys, this is the original motor here, and as you can see, if I put that here, that's the power stop, that is the prop shaft, because that is meant to look like this part here. Yeah, this motor broke, but we're also going to take the new one out anyway and show you how to dismantle it and obviously put it back in. So for this job, all you're going to need is a crosshead screwdriver or a Phillips head screwdriver if it's going to focus. Yeah, so yeah, that's all you need. It's just make sure it fits the screw. But yeah, so this is the remote. I've actually done an edit. I put a bolt in it, as you can see here. So when I'm doing the video and holding the camera with this hand, I can use this freely with one hand. Obviously the trigger, I don't know if there's any complaints on that, but that does stick sometimes. But good edit to the controller. Obviously if you need to use one hand because you're videoing with the other. Yeah, the remote's there. So you've got the truck here. So the first things first, I haven't done this yet. You want to pop the bonnet and obviously take the battery out. You don't want to do any of this with the battery connected at all. And make sure the switch is off, just for safety. So first things, I'm going to tip it over, and you should have right at the back, right near the back bumper, you should have a screw hole. So I don't know if you can see this bit, right there. So you have a screw there, and right in the centre there. I don't know if you can see that. Yep, right there. So you want to take those 2 screws out first, obviously, because that's what holds the body on as well. Obviously you've got to be careful when you put this down because the screws will fall out. And you have to provide the screwdriver yourself because it does not come with the truck. So I'm going to slowly tip over. There's a lot of mud out of this. I've already tested the motor. And you have 2 screws like that. So I'm going to open my little set here and just pop the screws in there like that, just so then I have them somewhere safe. Now it is. So next you want to keep it up on this front here, lift the bonnet up. You should have 2 screw heads on the bonnet. So you just want to undo these screws in the bonnet, just like so. Obviously take these screws out when they are fully undone and put them in your safe place so you don't lose them. And the last one here. So altogether it will only be 4 screws needed to remove to get the body off. So that's 4 screws, and you want to be gentle because you have, I put this back, you have the port lead for the battery. So just make sure you're putting it the right way and don't yank it off completely because you have a cable. Because with the Mn99s you have a cable that connects to the light system. Because you have rear and front lights, but then you also have indicators. So yeah, a lot of wiring. I found it pretty hard to, obviously, I'll give you a close up, undo them. But as soon as you get the hang of it, it's alright. They're in there tight. Even though this truck is not waterproof, it still puts enough effort on it. So there we are, that's off. And if I do it, so you're looking at it portrait near enough, if I can get that in camera, that's the one you want to take off. So it's that one right there, because it's got no white plug in it. So yeah, take that one off, and then the body, you can lay wherever. I'm just going to lay it over here for myself. So right, this is the old motor, so we're going to put that over here. So when you open up the inside, this is near enough what you're going to see. So this is the front, because you've got steering. And a nice upgrade if you guys are doing it, I actually covered the hole in the tyre, so if you listen, there's no air coming out. And I also super glued the tyres on, because I've realised they actually pop off quite a lot. But yeah, apart from that, I haven't done any upgrades to it yet, except the motor. The motor actually isn't an upgrade. So right, if I come up close again, you should have, if you can see there, a screw there. Yes, you can see it beautifully. And there's actually a screw right down there. You can just see the outlines of it. But yeah, so undo those two. So I'm now going to undo these two. Don't forget, it's going to be very stressful putting the motor near enough back in, because the motor is obviously magnetic. So right, that one's loose. Now go on to the next one. There's only actually 2 screws that hold the motor in, which is surprising actually. Right, so this one's actually going to pop out, but it's stuck to the motor. Put that screw over there. Right, so your motor should technically now be able to pop out. There's a couple of things you want to be wary of. First, you want to take, up here, you have a screw right there for the circuit board. Take that out, because you have the motor is plugged in. So I'm just going to take that out quickly. And I think this screw is actually the same size as the body one, so it doesn't matter if they mix. Yes, they are. Right, so then now this is the board. So you want to unplug. Your one was connected to this black wire to the motor, so it would be this far left one, if you're looking at it for the front wheels in front of you. So that is now disconnected. You can see that there. It's disconnected from the circuit board. So now you carefully pull it out, and don't forget about the joint. So just try to pull it up straight, and obviously we drop the screw like that. And yeah, it's very muddy. There we are. And that is the motor. These are exactly the same motors right here. Old one, the new one. All the differences, this one, the old one, is burnt out, and this one is not. And obviously, yeah, these ones have the both pins and this one doesn't. So now it's the same to install it. So this is going to be the fun part as well. So make sure you know what way it goes in. So best way is to know, I think if you've got the yellow motor, face the yellow backwards, or make sure the motor is facing backwards. Or if you're just more experienced, just look at the shape of the gearbox guard. So don't forget to slot it into the drive pins as well, because if not, it will not drive. So that one's it in. It's not a very easy job, but it's not the hardest job to do. Alright, so you may have to spin the wheels, and you don't want to spin these too much, because they're actually locked differentials on this thing, and also 4-wheel drive. So yeah, you've got flathead screws here, as you can see here, and now you've got to try to fit them in. I think it's the hardest part of this whole set, is trying to fit this screw in, because it just gets stuck. So what I tend to do is put my finger where the motor is, and just slowly use the screwdriver guide in, and yeah, and then eventually you will get it in the right area, like that. and obviously I've got to do it like this because it's very tight. Also, here's a trick for you guys: if you've got a magnet, or say a motor, get your screwdriver and just do that. If you haven't got a magnetic screwdriver, and just do little strides, and you will make your screwdriver magnetic for a good amount of time. So you see, if I do this, put it on screw, it's magnetic. I don't think this is a magnetic screwdriver, so yeah. Now this is the hard part. If you get screwed stuck, just tip the thing upside down, and if it doesn't go, it means you got it stuck. So then just use the screwdriver to guide it around until it falls off, like that. So now I've got the screw again. Now we're going to try again. So the magnetic has gone, so we're just gonna. Obviously, if you don't mind scratching the motor, obviously it will do little scratches to the motor. Right, so I think I've got it in there. No, I have not. That's close. We undo this one a little bit. So yeah, you may have to use your screwdriver as a bit of leverage. Then just make sure the screw is level and screw it in, just like so. And make sure you can do it as tight as possible, but not too tight so you shred the thread. Because the tighter the motor is, you're going to make sure then the motor is going to stay in place. And yeah, on camera when I do these videos, it doesn't look like I'm going up a steep incline. But sometimes it's actually, if I get it on camera view, it's going like an angle like that. It's near enough vertical, let's say. But on camera it's not as easy. I was on a rockery as well, and that wasn't, yeah, that didn't look steep, but it still struggled with traction loss. That's why I've stopped the air going through and the tyres get stuck a bit more. So obviously, do the same. You've got a circuit board. You should know where that goes as you took the clip out in the first place. And just make sure you plug it in the right way with the little set. If you're facing the truck forwards, so your steering is in front of you, just make sure you have the little groove facing towards you. And then yeah, just make sure all the wires are safe out of the way, and then you can reassemble or put back any screw now, because we'll put all the main ones back. Just plug that straight back in and screw that all the way back in, but don't go too tight because that could risk cracking the board. I just hope I've gone in the right groove. Yes, I have. Well, so I want to make sure this is kind of tight. That's tight enough. You see, it's only got a little bit of play, because you always want a bit of play. Because you always, like all the plastic parts, you want them to have a little bit of give, because then they don't snap as easily. So yeah, we've got that part. The motor is all plugged in, and yeah, you guys are saying, oh, there's a wire on then. Don't forget, that's the light one, guys. So I'm going to grab the body from here, the Defender 90 body, and we're going to turn it upside down, but you want to face it the way the truck's going to go, so obviously like that. And then I'm going to lay that down, and then kind of, it's so awkward, so if I lay the truck on the side, it's probably a little bit easier. Now I've got this. Make sure you're putting it the right way up, so the grooves are facing upwards. So then just make sure it's clamped in, so I'll just let it go back out. But make sure you pull it in square, because then you could risk cracking the pins inside. Now it's all clipped in. So then you want to slowly mount it, but don't forget about your battery port. So you want to really try to put the battery port in first. on there. Right, so yeah, now we've got the power port. We don't forget about the battery port because yeah, you're gonna need that. So you have two holes. I don't know if you can see in the bonnet area. Just put it to the one closer to the hardened plastic and make sure it only goes through one way. So put it like that. Then you want to slowly pull it down because you don't want this cable getting caught. And make sure you get on the proper areas. Best way to do this is just make sure it's actually centered so the tyres are in the right place. That looks about right. So first I'm going to screw in the front so then the body does not fall off. So there we are. That's the first one in. This back one's actually a more technical hard one because it's the bonnet's in the way, so you may have to bend the screwdriver a bit, or you could just take the bonnet off, but that's so much more work and that's not needed for So that's in there. We can make sure the cable's pulled enough. You don't want too much charging port cable, or the cable what connects. And then flip it over to the back end. So yeah, this is where it comes hard. The easy part is putting this there, the back screw in, where you would originally like have a bumper or something. Screw that one in. That one's easy. Now it's trying to get the other one in. So what I like to do, I like to face this upwards, the screw, on the end of the screwdriver, and then hold the body and slowly guide it through into the hole. Screw it in a bit, hold it like that, tip it upside down, and you have the screw in there. And then just screw it all the way in until firmly tight so the screwdriver can't do it anymore. Pop the hood or the bonnet, whatever country you're in. If you're in the UK, like I am, it would be bonnet. But yeah, like if you're in America, the hood would be what's called. So there we are. That is the motor change. Now, to prove that I'm not wrong, I've got the battery. It's probably flat from the video yesterday. If you guys haven't seen that, I'll put a link in the description. Go check that out. And yeah, so I've got a dodgy connector in here, but if I guide it in nice and safely, it will be fine. So there we are. I'll just tuck the battery in here, nice and calmly. Shut the bonnet. And we have lights. The first thing, you want to make sure it's flashing with lights. And then get the controller if you haven't used this before, and you would flick that button until it's flash, and then just obviously steer. And we have steering. That's forward, backwards, all wheels. And yeah, so let's get you guys up there. So guys, that is how you do a motor change in the Mn99s. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and comment for whatever other videos so we could do another one, because I broke the light system on the WL Toys. I think it's 123423. So yeah, go check that one out. That's very fast. There's a 540 motor in it. It goes around 25 or 20 miles per hour. It's pretty fast. But yeah, we are going to get that in a couple more videos, probably just bash around, because it's not really a traily truck. This Landy here is a good trail truck. And yeah, that's how you change your motor. So if any of you guys need to know, just watch the video and I have shown you the whole way how to change motor. But yes, it will need to be replaced if it burns out. There's no way to fix it. And there's no way to actually buy one of these just separate motor. I have not seen this. I bought a new one off eBay and yeah, you have to get the whole set of it. So that's just the way it is. I hope you guys loved this video. Don't forget to smash that like button. That is so appreciative if you do, and the subscribe. Why would you just like and not subscribe? There's no point for that, so don't forget to do that subscribe. And yeah, I will see you in another video. Notification bell, and yeah, see you next time. Bye guys.